So, you want to be an owner-operator, huh? Just gotta be an owner-operator. We're gonna get to it. Yeah. So, you want to be an owner-operator.
89.8 miles ahead, take exit 106 to I-74 West.
Right now, I'm a company driver. I was driving since 2008, and I done experience being company, being the owner operator, and now I'm back to company. Well, I'm gonna say, when I first started driving, I really loved it. I love getting out, my view changing every couple of minutes here. Love sitting in the cab, going down the road, it's my little office. But now in 2024, I'm regretting that I started truck driving. Let me not say I regret it. I don't regret it, but it's taken up so much of my life where I could have done something else to get further ahead in life. And I chose to hit the road, and when you're on the road, time goes by quick. A year can go by so quick, it's crazy. But in my driving for company, I always saw how, I guess, brokers was making most of the money. And in talking to owner operators, they used to tell me how much they make a week, and I'll be like, wow, you make $10,000 plus a week? I need to become an owner operator. So this video's only 15 minutes, so I can't drag. I became an owner operator after a while, saved up, got my truck, and in that, I ended up giving up the truck and coming back to company. And the reason being because the overhead was just too much for me. Truck maintenance, breakdown. Back in 2008, I think it was 2013 or 14 when I started driving. Maybe it was 2017 I started driving. Somewhere around there. No, 2015. Started driving, bought a truck. It was a 2013 Mac. And the thing about it is, I never had a good mechanic. I always had to take it to the dealership. And the dealership just was raping me, man. Every month I'll take it in. It seemed like a couple weeks after, it's back in the shop. Something else, or something else that they didn't do correctly. You got to go back and they got to correct it. Taking time off, going back into the dealership, you lose money because now your truck's in the shop. And it just was a whole lot of, I was seeing how the ones that really knew how to work on trucks was just retiring, fading out of the industry. and leaving it on the youngins, which I ain't got nothing against young people. Hey, trying to get a job, I understand that, but when you got these young kids, man, a lot of them are just slow and incompetent. They don't care about your truck. They just there for a check. So this was doing jobs half-ass, and it's causing me to go back to the dealership, getting stuff done over, or it's not only the workers that I had a problem with. It's just they just build these trucks cheap now, man. They break down. They make them to break down. Parts going, and you have to get that replaced. All this time you're taking off is causing you money. And everybody say get a good mechanic, but then if you find a good mechanic, after a while he becomes so swamped with people coming to bring them their trucks, he's hard to get. So there's always something, man. I mean, it's crazy. So that's what kind of forced me out of going back to being an employee driver. I was thinking, hey, if I could clear at least $2,000 a week, I'm good. Hearing that $10,000 a week after you don't pay for fuel goes up and down so much. It's just crazy, man. Then the brokers, they want to cheat you on the loads, and because they know you're just starting out, you know, they'll give you the bottom. And it only takes one driver to accept that bottom fee, and then they'll set their rates at that bottom fee. And you call them, and even if you got the loads before at a higher price, they'll be like, well, we got some other drivers to take this load for less now, so this is where it's at. You know, they don't care if you got a family to feed. So, you know, the truck kept breaking down. I got out of it. Now I'm a company driver. And I'm in a company truck, and right now I have no AC. So I have to take this load, drop it, take it back to the shop, sit and wait all day until they figure it out. If they can't figure it out, they'll give me another truck. But that'll be a day I wasted. Going into a second day if they can't figure it out. But they'll take all day before they tell me they can't figure it out. And I'm finding out even in a company position, as a company driver, you go through it too. The breakdowns. At least I don't have to pay, but if the wheel's not turning, I'm not getting paid. And they don't never pay you as much as if you would have had a load, even in the breakdown part of things. So I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with this, and I think I'm going to stay a company driver for a while. And I've decided to start looking into multiple streams of making income, because truck driving is cool, but if you come into this career, you come into this field, and you see it as a career, it's gonna break you down, man. I say it's good if you got goals set in life, or some money you need to open up a business or start another business or get into something that requires funding. Truck driving is a good avenue for that. But if you're looking to come and make this a long-time career, man, if you don't, if you do make it where you're doing 10, 20 years, your body is gonna get broken down, man. You're gonna have so many health issues from sitting on your colon for long periods of times. It's gonna really break down your body. And you know, the most you can do in truck driving is buy a car, buy a house, then you're never home because you're making mortgage payments. But that's most it can bring you, you know. You don't have kids in the family, you know, it's just gonna always be struggling to get that next load to put some money in the bank. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of being an employee. I'm tired of just truck driving, period, because it's getting so much. It's not as it used to be. Things has changed. It's not a camaraderie, a brotherhood. Everybody's for themselves, and we're already at the bottom of the barrel here. So, as far as how they see us, companies and brokers. So, you know, I would say if you want to be owner operator, go for it. I'm not going to say no man shouldn't go for his dreams or his goals. And the only way to be successful is you have to fail. So if you fail, then you can say, I tried. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some people that got into this game. They got 5, 6, 10 trucks running. They're not even driving. And they have their hiccups and their hurdles and they get through them. So I'm not going to say it's a bad thing to be an owner-operator, but you got to have all your ducks in a row, man, because there's going to be some times where you're going to have ups and downs. And when it gets to a point for me, when it was just too many downs and not enough ups, I had to give it up. You know, that's with any business. Any business you start, you know, they usually say take 3 years to see if you're going to be successful in it. So it's not a bad thing to get into. It's just realize that everything's on you. Just say. And if you don't have the things in line to help you out when you run into problems, like good mechanics and a good network to tell you, you know, well, you don't have to go to a mechanic for that. Just change it yourself and do this. Or I can hook you up with somebody that can get you better freight. If you don't have, you know, a little network for yourself and you just jump out here, man, it's going to be hard, bro. It's going to be hard. I had a little network, but still, even that little network, they was going through their problems. I know guys that had 2, 3 trucks. And now they're doing insurance, selling insurance, or just gave it up totally. Guy that used to run mail and they say, yeah, man, I got a driver now and he's doing good, and got me 2 drivers, they doing good. Then I call them a couple months later and say, oh man, ain't nothing going right. I done sold my trucks and contracts. Something happened with the contracts, or something happened with the trucks or the drivers, and it's just, it ain't worth it. Too much headaches I got out of it. So, you know, you never know you're going to be successful until you try. So I would say keep trying, man. Go for what you want, and make sure you have some money to back you up when you do it. All right. To the next one.